Hello to everybody. Say hi everybody. Hi everybody. Hello to everybody. Good morning folks from Bruce. Hi, say hi Bruce. Say hi. Good morning everybody. That's Bruce, my Belgian Shepherd. Hey baby. Hello. Come on, go walk talk. Well, good morning folks. How's everybody? Well, I see Starmer has decided to vacate the premises, vacate the building. No bloody loss. Mind you, they'll probably just replace them with somebody of the same until such times we get you know who in there. Things in Britain will still the same. In the meantime and in between time, folks, I had a very interesting meeting yesterday with a young man half my age and put a whole new perspective on everything that's going on in this country. Unlike with everybody, and indeed I had a phone call last night for about 2 hours long from a lady who again put other ideas into perspective. And it's not, you got to listen to people. You got to listen to what everybody's saying. They may not all be, you may not want to be listening to what they're saying, but what they're saying in actual fact, in most times, Bruce, is true. And we have different ways and different ideas. But aligning all our ways and our ideas and coming together as a unit and as a people, we could have some very interesting things going forward. And what I mean by this is, the gentleman I was talking to yesterday was, we were talking about the fuel protests and the whole boycotting plan and all that goes with that. And indeed we discussed in great detail the whole Brehon programme that the Gardaí are putting out on the 1st of July and how it can affect rallies or soirees going forward. And one of the things that we discussed in great detail was the fact that non-compliance and boycotting, and more of this will be mentioned as we go along, and hopefully all the planets can align. Not just the lady I was talking to last night who had a great in-depth conversation with her, and indeed she at one stage turned around and said to me John, you don't realise the difference between the hard grafters, the people out on the farms, the people out working like myself on building sites and stuff like that, and the people in the office. They have a different way of thinking. And I asked her to go into detail on that, and she did. And yeah, a different way of thinking. What do you reckon, Bruce? Yeah, you reckon so? Yeah, Bruce thinks so as well. Anyway, going forward, folks, one thing we got to keep in mind at all times is that over the next few weeks there are different groups coming together. There's one on the 27th from the Garden of Remembrance, Smalicky Steenson's rally. There's one on the 1st of July up in Stephen's Green. Another young man making an impact and believes in his country and believes in his people. And then you have, of course, the 11th of July. The 11th of July was called a few weeks ago when we were up at the Dáil. Many people have seen what we did at the Dáil. We shook the barriers. We didn't take down the barriers. We shook the barriers, and to me that was a great optic showing the intent of the Irish people that we can actually go through the barriers if we so decide to do so. So, on the 11th of July, the proposal is, and it's getting huge impact, that every town in every county gets out at the same time. And the reason for this is multifold. An awful lot of people have said to me, like in the past, like, well, I can't get to Dublin. I'd love to get to Dublin. What can we do? How can we help you out? And so on. So we suggested that every town gets out on their own on the same day, in their own town, doing their own thing, getting your flags out, getting your banners out, going to your local representative's office, your TD's office, your government buildings, and having your soiree or your rally there. And it doesn't do in show, thus in doing so means that by every town doing this, you're showing a solidarity with each other and showing the government that we're rising. And we're coming to take, as Pádraig Pearse said, we're coming to take back what is ours and what you rightfully wouldn't give to us. We're taking that back because we are the risen people. On the same day at the GPO at 1 o'clock, the rally will be there as well. That's for people who want to go to Dublin and who want to go and be on the street in Main Thoroughfare, O'Connell Street in Dublin. Again, everybody coming together on this. A suggestion that was made to me yesterday, and I think it's a very good one. And it's one that I will be doing. And I know the person that said it to me will be doing. That on the 1st of July, no compliance. In other words, if you can, turn off your electricity for the day. Turn off your grid for the day. Huge impact. Okay, people say to me, well, but that's taxpayers' money. Yeah, it is. But it also shows the fact as well, they're going to use taxpayers' money. If we've got work, we're going to get taxed to the hilt anyway. So, and we are getting taxed to the hilt. So when we do a mass non-compliance on the day, knock off our grid, don't do any shopping, none of that lark. If you can afford, if you can take the day off from work, do. If you can't, that's fair enough, that's understandable. We can't all do that. I can't do that, but I am going to turn off my grid for the day. So by turning off the grid for the day, they'll lose a huge amount of money, number one. Number two, their ears suddenly perk up and go, what in the name of Jesus is happening? Why is this suddenly happening? On the 11th, and then continue as you go along then on the Sunday afterwards and so on. It's a very simple thing to do. Very simple. Then they look at the 11th of July and they see the 11th of July all these people getting out. In every town. Right across the country. Farmers, truckers, hauliers, workers, and so on. Everybody out one day to show that we care about this country. The cost of living crisis is huge. Housing is huge. Triple lock, huge. Digital ID, pumping it in left, right and centre on us. The whole fuel crisis. The banging on 32 cents on a litre on diesel and 27 cents a litre on petrol. Great move by their behalf. I have to say, they're trying to irk us up and trying to get us to rebel in a revolutionary way. In other words, to break down gates of the Dáil and all that. Because of Operation Brehon, they're ahead of the curve on that one. They're bringing in all these people from the EU from July on through the rest of the summer at a cost of 300 million or something like that. Again, our money. And Operation Brehon is to stop us going to the Dáil. It's to stop us going to the ports. It's to stop us going to government buildings. It's to stop us going to the hotels that these people will be staying in. And it's a Garda force from right across Europe that will be monitoring this and on the street on this. But there are places and our areas that we can still go. This is our land. Nobody's going to dictate to me exactly where we can't go. So, on the 11th in Dublin, we have a designated route that we are going to take. And we're open to all sorts of suggestions as well on the day. And we'll be doing this en masse, peacefully, but getting our voice out there. The one thing about any rallies that John Callan or myself organises, one of the major things is that we look after the safety of the people. And as spokesman for the rally, or spokesman for the rally, both John and myself will stick by that, and always have done, and always will do. So folks, in your own town, get together, get out, bring your flags, bring your banners, show your discontent, go to government buildings that are there, like your local TDs and so on, do what you have to do, come back to me, let me know exactly what you're planning, because, and the reason why I ask this, is that we want a live stream from every town on the day to come on live stream. We're bringing all that back to a central hub, and we're getting this out to the world. We need, as a people, we need the EU to see what exactly the Irish people are about, what we can do and what we will do. This is our land. Nobody's going to take it away from us. Nobody. Our kids, our future is all in our land. And that's something that's very special and very heartwarming to us, to know that our kids will be safe in the future. My name is John Malloy. Come back to me. Let me know what you think. May God bless you all. Have a great week. Look after your friends, look after your family, look after your community, look after the homeless. Above all, let's look after Mother Era. This is our land. Our fathers, our forefathers fought hard, worked hard, that we could be here today. God bless you all.